Welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel with the giant 25-foot log raised bed. It's time to fill this with some good compost. It's a foot of snow on the ground. Boiler's ready to go. A few things to do on it still. Got some plowing done today, and I'm ready to get into this compost pile. My worry has been, will it be thawed enough? Can I get in here? And I rammed this thing as hard as I could with that tractor a couple times, and I think I broke off the ice layer. I think I can get in there and start digging at this pile. So I got to get this soil into the greenhouse where it can thaw out. So I'm going to start ramming at this thing with the tractor, loading it over towards the greenhouse, and then we'll have to load it into a wheelbarrow, take it into the greenhouse, dump it in the raised beds, and hopefully I do this before it gets too dark out. So and too cold. It's supposed to be like -15 wind chill tonight. So time to get to work. Well, it got dark on us, but thankfully we have some nice bright LEDs. So my daughter came out and said it looks like a giant Oreo McFlurry. I think she's right. So this is one big pile of composted manure and straw and hay and wood shavings and rabbit bedding and all kinds of other stuff in here that will break down and become some awesome soil. I threw a half bag of peat moss in here that I had. It's just been sitting around in here. And I piled this up in here pretty high because there's a lot of snow, there's a lot of ice in here. As soon as this gets warmed up, this is all gonna melt way down and shrink way down. That straw bedding down there at the bottom underneath the PEX pipe is gonna mat down. And so this will end up being probably a couple inches below the top of the top log there, which I think is totally fine. It's gonna be one awesome grow space. There's only one thing left to do. Hook up the boiler and get this thing heated. What do you think's gonna happen? Think it's gonna work? Think it'll heat the greenhouse overnight? We'll see. Earlier we had it was up to 51 degrees, and now it's about 4 or 5 degrees outside, and it's dropped down to 14 in here. So there's really not too much difference between the interior temperature of the greenhouse and the the outside temperature when overnight. As soon as the sun goes down, this place gets pretty darn cold. But I think with all the thermal mass in here, I think it's going to work. I'm anxious to get this thing fired up. I've got my hoses in here ready because I got to fill that boiler. A couple 100 gallons of water I got to put in there, and I want those to thaw out when the greenhouse warms up. This was one of the things I dreaded the most was filling this raised bed. I didn't think I was going to be able to get that compost pile because it's so cold. I wanted to get the boiler fired up tonight, but I'm going to wait. It's going to be negative 30 degrees with wind chill, or even negative 40 tomorrow and the next day. Schools are canceled. Everything's been shut down and canceled. It's just super cold, and so there's no sense in me trying to heat. Get out here and deal with that. Working with water and all that kind of stuff when it's that cold outside. So I'll probably wait till later this week or the first thing next week and go ahead and get that boiler hooked up and hook up the water pipes. I've got everything I need, I hope, to get that hooked up, fill it with water, start a fire, and wait and see what happens in here. Will we be able to grow in February? That's the goal. The goal is to get this started by February 1st, and I think we're going to meet that goal. So I'm excited to see what we're going to be able to grow in here. In February, it's still really cold in Michigan. I mean, some of our coldest temperatures are end of January and all the way through February, usually windy, snowy, and pretty cold. So, if I can keep this place warm just overnight, during the day, it's fine in here usually, but I could, on cloudy days, maybe keep it above 40, and then overnight, keep it above 40 as well. I think we'll be able to grow at least some leafy greens, kales, lettuces, spinach, maybe carrots, radishes, all that kind of good stuff. Kind of a dream of mine would be to be able to actually grow hot weather crops all the way through the winter. And so I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that. I definitely don't want to burn as much wood as it would take to keep this greenhouse, 60 or 70 degrees, which would be needed to grow like peppers or tomatoes, I think. But maybe I can create a smaller hoop over one end of this and grow a bunch of pepper plants, or create another smaller greenhouse in here somewhere, a small corner or something like that, where I could heat it with the boiler and grow hot weather stuff. So we'll see. Always experimenting here and planning things out and trying new things. So that's the idea. Lots of work to do in the greenhouse still, and the Sugar Shack build will be started soon. My truck is out of business right now, so I got to fix my truck so I can go pick up a bunch of pallets. So we'll be working on that here the next few days, and I got to get it's going to take a lot of pallets to build that Sugar Shack. So I'm thinking maybe 100 pallets should do it, and I'm going to go make a trip to grab those as soon as I can. So we're going to get started on that. Look forward to those videos coming out soon. That'll be the next big project here on the farm. Shorter video today, guys. Let me know what you think. Reach down and tap thumbs up for me really quick, And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.